Hey guys, welcome back to Poseidon Massive Atlantis, and today we are going to be going into a colony. Now we've got two colonies to pick from, Malaca and Ferra. We're going to be taking Malaca first because Ferra wipes off cities off your trades list, so it's not the easiest. So we're going to go with Malaca, which is in sort of like Spain, kind of area, like modern day Spain. But never mind, let's have a look at Malaca. A rich and fertile land that can serve Atlantis' breadbasket. So basically it's a farming colony. Let's head to this location.
Dateline. On the waters that were once Autok. There is nothing left. The entire Kingdom of Autok and all the Atlanteans living there have sunk beneath the sea, never to be seen again. Atlantis is again in mourning, grieving over the loss of the fine people of Autok. Who's to blame for this tragedy? Hephaestus, the lackey of the Greeks. The bandy-legged god of volcanoes caused a massive eruption at the center of Crimson Isle, an eruption more furious than any recorded by Atlantean scholars. A flood of molten lava swept over Crimson Isle, and nothing but charred ashes remains. After the eruption, tidal wave after tidal wave pounded the coast of Autok until the whole region finally succumbed to the sea. Now Atlantis is completely cut off from our Mayan friends to the west, and Atlantis is deprived of the mine goods that we have come to rely on over the years. Without these valuable goods, Atlantean cities are suffering. Workshops have shut down due to the loss of raw materials, and hunger has become a constant companion in some cities. Yet take solace, Atlanteans. The new city at Malaca will provide. Certainly it won't be long until the wise ruler of Pleitos has the city up and running, and the overflow of goods will be quickly sent back to Atlantis. Hold on a little longer, Atlanteans.
Yes indeed, so this is the colony Malaca, Hope Among the Ruins, and Autok is gone. Now, of course it wasn't on the map anyway, but that kingdom has been lost because of Hephaestus, so no more Mayan references, which is a shame. So all we have to do is produce 2 yards full of the following goods: wheat, fleece, and wine. That is very easy because all of those goods can be produced in this map. So let's head to the city, slow time down, and pause. So this is a small map, but we've got lots of farmland down here, bits on these mounds, and plenty of space. Unfortunately the coast is very limited, so we're not going to be trading with tons of people. We can however produce our own food. Carding sheds, yes, we can make our own wine, that's fine. Urchins is pointless. So all I need to do is import olives from somewhere, probably Memphis here will buy our olives. So we only need to really trade with one city. Because we've got like 490,000 drachmas, so we don't need to export anything, so I'm not going to waste time with that. This city will become vulnerable to attack from cities like Mount Pelion and Mount Olip, so we will have to defend it, which is kind of annoying, but I'm sure we'll do just fine. So all we need to do is trade with one city, Memphis, if I can even be bothered to trade with Memphis, because there's only olives and I can produce my own olive oil, I think. Yeah, we can produce some olive oil and make that. An enemy will appear in this map, but we don't need to worry about it too much because it's not a requirement to defeat said enemy. So it's just an enemy that you have to summon a hero for, but we're not going to do that. No point. So I am going to plan out the little housing area that we're going to have. We're going to set up our basic industries of wheat, grape, wine and fleece, and get those industries going so we can meet the goals as fairly quickly as possible. But first we need some houses, so I'll go and set up those houses first. Okay, so we have our semblance of our city, 2 common blocks right here and basically tons of farmland. I will probably import olives at some point just to make some olive oil. So what we're going to have is we're going to have our wheat made here in these bits of strip lands, maybe here as well, and over here we're just going to have a dump of growers lodges farming up the wine, the grapes, making wine, and we'll just stockpile that as well in 2 yards, like there, so like there and there. And then over here we'll have a couple of spaces for fleece as well. So let's just unpause, speed up time. Poseidon, how many? 211. Quite a lot. Gift of bronze, that's a lot of bronze. I don't think I need that, but I will accept it. I want to keep everyone on side, so we'll just accept bronze here. Someone buys sculpture, don't they? Yeah, tire. So what I can do is just replace that with tire for a little while, and put down couple of sculpture studios is stockpile sculpture, but here's an event. This is the only time the enemy called the Harpy appears in the entire game. As far as I know, I don't think it appears in any other mission. The vicious Harpy is here. This scary creature is bent on destruction. That's Atlantis. It's just a big bird. Now, you don't have to defeat it and it won't attack you, so just leave it alone, basically. Let's just turn this up to very high. Come on, just get some more people in. That'll boost that. And I can now accept these gifts of bronze that I don't really need. And we'll just turn this back down to moderate levels. So I'll fill up these sculpture studios, sell off some sculpture, and hopefully do not too bad. So we just need to wait. We won't get it this year because we'll get it next year actually, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run and I'm going to come back in once the first wheat harvest is in, because of course we can't really do anything until it's in. But so yeah, I'll come back in a bit later. Well, this was hinted in the briefing. Economic decline at Atlantis. Word from Atlantis is that the city has fallen on hard times, industries are shut down, and the city isn't as affluent as it once was. Well, that was hinted at because of the fact that in the briefing it does say that we lost Autok, so we have basically Atlantis is going through turmoil. Which is, I think, what was prophesized in the previous mission. I can't remember. Bronze is still going into these things over here. These are working, in fact. Let's just put another sculpture studio down just to use up this bronze. We have too much of it. Tribute paid. I don't care about the tribute. There's free wheat, basically. I could, in theory, cheat the goal by importing all the wheat I need, but I'm not going to do that. That's just lame. And that's not really the right way to play it. So we'll get some people in, and they will evolve, and then we'll start making fleece. So we should get plenty of people in from this boost that we're about to have. This doesn't have labour, which is a shame, but this does. Not sure how that works, but never mind. That glitch is annoying. So just wait for the...
Worship me, Queen Hera, and you'll never have to fear my husband.
Hera is important. I'm not going to talk about her whatsoever in this adventure, but the next adventure has a mission where you build the one and only sanctuary to Hera. And as it does say, she is the only person that can defeat Zeus. Previously in the Zeus campaign, Zeus was the strongest. Poseidon adds Hera. What she does is she has a sanctuary and it's basically an orange tender area. But you only build it once, it's a waste of time. So let's just speed up time. We should get our first harvest very shortly now. Oh, the bronze is all light, so that's good. First harvest, good. That's all the bronze used up, so we might as well sell sculpture. So I'll just delete that and that, just to get rid of the bronze there. And get rid of that. So we'll get more people in. Clear our labour shortage. I could have just boosted wage rates, but I'm not going to do that. So to meet the goal, we're obviously going to need a lot of people in the city. So let's put down 1, 2, 3. This is going to accept wheat as well. This is going to accept fleece. This is going to accept fleece because we need 2 full yards of basically these goods. So not very much we have to do. Employees needed, yes I know. Let's just increase wage rates. I cannot be bothered putting down any more housing. Let's actually, we can put a roadblock here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just put 5 of them down. Just spam these out. Lixus needs fleece. That's 5 months to comply. So we do need to just spam this out. There we go. Now you should go and get that stuff. Go away, Hera. Now I don't think we'll be able to harvest it in this year, but that's okay. Now, there's no little ramps or anything on the other side. Yes, there is one just there. So let's just take the chance right now to block that in, just so they don't go down there. So I'll make all the fleece over here, all the wheat and wine over here. So very easy, this mission. So I'm going to come back in, I think at the next wheat harvest, because we can't really meet it right now. I'll try and meet that goal for thingy. I don't think we can import fleece. Well, we can. From Carthage. So normally I wouldn't do this, but we're just going to put this trade post to Carthage down and just import the required fleece from Carthage. How long do we have to that request? 3 months. So Carthage will come in and there's that free wheat basically. There's the goal. Thank you. Don't need to buy any more from there. That's just cheating, but I can do that. So I'll let this run. We'll come back in once we stabilise our economy and started getting some of these goods in. Oh, Mount Pelion is going to launch an invasion. Now, this is obviously referenced in the next mission about attacks. Meanwhile, we are getting our people up there. 1 full yard of fleet is about to fill up. Not enough for our goal, but that's okay. Meanwhile, I've dumped down a bunch of wineries and there's a population target reached. That's nice. Just leave a space there for tax collectors later. Vessel of Memphis. Good thing I started on the wine actually. Who's that? Ramses. Interesting. Pardon me. These are all filled up with wine. Well, grapes. So these should be 6 growers lodges should be able to support all of this. If not, I'd be very disappointed. I'm sure they will, so let's just put more down. If needed, I can put more farms down everywhere that I can. I might as well just add another... these grapes as well, just fill them up wherever I can. So we'll get more people come in. Free wheat, basically. The granary apparently counts to the goal, which I didn't note. I think I knew that, but didn't really consider it very much. So we are getting people in, getting unemployment. That's good. Let's just not trade with Carthage. That's pointless. Memphis, sell me olives. Let's just let's just import olive oil directly. I know it's going to be a bit more expensive, but we have tons of money, so I don't need to worry about this. Let's just put these down, and we'll just put down this, and put down a university in both blocks. And that's all we need, essentially. Just all that is all we need. So at this point, really, it is just a rush to the end. I can probably meet this goal within the time provided. If not, I can just import wheat stuff from somewhere. So yeah, I'll just let this run. I'll come back in when that invasion's about to happen. Okay, so the invasion's just about to come in. Unfortunately, I did not meet the request. I only managed to get 9 wine out of these things. We should be able to get a hell of a lot more grapes now very soon, though. Importing olive oil is sort of pointless, but I'm just going to get these up to the top level. We might as well. I've got the opportunity to do it. Why not? Just it gives us more people. Meanwhile, I will put down just... Mount Pelion launches invasion, bribe away. They were a land invasion, that's fine. The music's glitched as it always is. That's as many farms as I can get in, so let's just delete that road a bit. Now I think this should be enough to support this.
Worship me,
No.
Queen Hera, and you'll never have to fear my husband.
And how do... No. Okay, let's get all that up. There we go. Plenty of people will now move in. I will just put down a palace, and just to give us some money at least, we'll just put down a tax collector in both blocks. Might as well. And we should have plenty of workers. Any workers that I do have left, we'll just go down into various industries, or I may just lower wage rates. In fact, we can dump more carding sheds, basically, just to spam out more sheep, just to reach the goals earlier. But I can't say my words at all. Let's see, we can... I think we'll get our next grape harvested, so we've got all the wheat we need, we just need more fleece and wine. So all I'm going to do is let this run, maybe lower wage rates, I think less of us don't care. In fact, I will just reduce wage rates down to normal, just to clear out some unemployment. If I do have more unemployment, I'll just put down more wineries, I think. We should be able to get enough from these. So I'll just let this run, and I'll come back in pretty much at the end of the mission. And the mission is now over. As you can see, we now have 2 full yards of pretty much everything that we require. We've got plenty of wheat. I put down an extra one of fleece just to make absolutely sure there was enough. and we've got plenty of wine because that's not needed in the city. So this is the mission over. We're just the basics needed to support this industry. 2 housing blocks fully evolved, very high wages, and all this will easily meet it. So oops. Set aside, and set aside, and we've won the mission. Wiped out everything, and that's all we needed to do. I expanded our wine industry as well, just to make sure. And yeah, there are some wine requests. You'll want to fulfill them if you can. But this is a very easy mission. Import a little bit of olives if you need to make olive oil, and you should be just fine. We don't need to import that much, really. This will do. Really, you don't need this much, but I decided just to go out to make it simple.
Dateline Cleitos. The city of Cleitos has always been a welcome sight to poor Atlantean eyes. And now, with the bounty of goods sent from Malaca, Cleitos is truly a vision of hope. Atlanteans across the continent are praying to the gods that Atlantis has seen its darkest hours. The Kingdom of Atlantis was shaken to its very core by an intense earthquake, and the people living there have evacuated the kingdom, flooding into other Atlantean cities. The leaders of the Atlantean cities are keeping the immigrants fed, clothed, and employed, but everyone will breathe easier when some other sources of much-needed food and goods are found.
Indeed, so it looks as if Atlantis is falling apart. Macedonia has been hit by an intense earthquake, so we may not be able to trade with them anymore. I don't think we were in the first place, but it looks as if Atlantis is falling apart. But that was the mission Hope Among the Roos. We developed the colony of Malaca, set up wheat, fleece and wine industries to support our population, and yeah, it was very simple. We didn't even need to defeat the Harpy at all. Thanks for watching this part. I'll see you in the next one, and we're going to head back to Cleitos, probably to build more stuff and all that stuff as well. Thanks for watching, see you later, bye now.